What made you never touch a game again? My brother Zephyr introduced me to crypto trading during the pandemic. He'd been making decent money with Bitcoin and kept showing me screenshots of his gains, scrolling through his phone with the enthusiasm of a kid showing off Pokemon cards. Dude, you're missing out, he'd say, practically bouncing in his chair. This stuff is like a video game, but you actually win real money. I was skeptical at first. The whole thing seemed like gambling dressed up in fancy technology. But Zephyr was persistent, and honestly, I was bored out of my mind working from home. He walked me through setting up my first wallet, explaining private keys and exchanges. We started small, just $200 in Ethereum. Think of it as tuition, Zephyr said with a grin. You're learning about the future of money. Watching those green and red candles move on the charts was actually pretty addictive. When I made my first $50 profit after just 2 days, Zephyr high-fived me like I'd just beaten a boss fight in one of our childhood video games. See? I told you, he grinned. This is better than any game you've ever played. But then something started to shift. Zephyr began staying up until 3 a.m. watching Asian markets. I'd hear him moving around the house at all hours, the blue glow of his monitor seeping under his bedroom door. He'd text our family group chat at random hours about diamond hands and HODL. Mom thought he was having a breakdown because his messages made no sense. The dip is just a bear trap, Zephyr would explain to our confused dad during Sunday dinners, gesturing wildly with his fork. You wouldn't understand. This is generational wealth we're talking about. I started noticing Zephyr checking his phone every few minutes during family dinners. His eyes would dart to the screen mid-conversation. Then he'd either smile like he'd won the lottery or look physically sick, his face draining of color. When I asked if he was okay, he'd just mumble about market manipulation and whales dumping. The real warning sign came when Zephyr called in sick to work 3 days straight during what he called a major correction. I went to check on him and found him at his computer, unshaven, surrounded by energy drink cans and takeout containers, frantically moving money between different cryptocurrencies. I'm about to break even, he kept saying, clicking between tabs with trembling fingers. Just need one good pump. Zephyr started talking about crypto like it was a living entity that had personally wronged him. He'd get angry at Bitcoin, shouting at his monitor like it could hear him. His vocabulary became entirely crypto. FUD, FOMO, rug pulls, moon missions. Having a normal conversation with him became impossible. When our grandmother offered to lend him money for rent, Zephyr actually considered using it to buy the dip. He spent 20 minutes explaining to our 80-year-old grandmother why Dogecoin was going to hit $10. That's when I knew we'd lost him. I watched my brother liquidate his savings, max out credit cards, and borrow against his 401k. He convinced himself each crash was just a healthy correction, and each small pump meant he was about to become a millionaire. The fundamentals are still strong, he'd insist, parroting phrases from YouTube influencers. Zephyr's girlfriend finally left him after he spent their vacation fund on some coin called Safe Moon. She'd planned the trip for months, but Zephyr saw the dip as an opportunity. He didn't even seem upset when she moved out, just kept refreshing his wallet, calculating theoretical gains. Last month, I found Zephyr crying at 4 a.m., staring at his phone screen in the dark. For a moment, I saw my real brother again, scared, broke, and completely lost. But when I tried to comfort him, he just got angry. You don't understand, he screamed. I'm not selling. This is just market manipulation. The whales want me to panic sell, but I'm not falling for it. Diamond hands. Remember? That's when I realized I'd lost my brother to numbers on a screen that represented nothing but collective delusion.